Are you able to tell me what on earth has just happened and what effect this is going to have on the deal?
Yeah, what's just happened is John Bercow has put down a very big marker saying that the government cannot bring back this meaningful vote for a third time unless it's changed substantially, and he's implied that he'll be the one to judge whether or not it has changed. So this is a big headache for the government. There are ways in which they could bring it back, but both the ways that they could do so are going to cause them even bigger problems.
Well, what are they?
The first way is that they can themselves put down some kind of motion, a paving motion, to say, we want to suspend these rules for this particular vote. We know the convention exists, but we'll set it aside for this vote. But to do so, they'd have to get a majority to pass that initial motion. So that's a big complication for them. The other way is, obviously, this rule applies for this parliamentary session. And remember, this is a 2-year parliamentary session that was supposed to be in order to bring through all of the Brexit vote. That's supposed to end this summer, and they might try to bring forward the end of this session earlier in order to get a new session started and try the vote then.
Well, that means proroguing Parliament.
That is exactly what that means, yes.
How... Sorry, forgive the manic laughter.
No, absolutely.
I think we're all in the same boat with this, aren't we? We're all wondering where on earth we are.
Exactly, and that's the sort of the extreme state that we've got to in terms of Theresa May trying to bring this deal through, and the huge confusion that there is over process, over how Parliament can navigate its way through this vote. That's why it's such a huge headache for the government. But they must have known that this was coming. John Bercow, the Speaker...
Well, they say they didn't. In the lobby, they've been saying they had no idea this was coming.
I know. He's been signalling that he might do something like this for a few weeks. He certainly mentioned last week that he was considering this. So it's not like it hasn't been mentioned to them.
Is this a constitutional crisis?
It's heading that way. Certainly, if you find that the government can't get their motion even voted on, yeah, there are odds with the Speaker. It's a big tussle that's going on at the moment just for the process of Brexit, let alone the outcome. And it's hugely confusing for many people. So it's a shambolic state, yeah.
Catherine Haddon, thank you very much. Good to talk to you again.